Hi, and welcome back to Geno'S Picks. Not a bad first week. 2-1 and a push with the Giants. Can't complain about that, because even though they gave up a garbage touchdown to the Redskins, the late TD we got in the Packers-Bears game really won us some money. So let's stick with it. 67%, picking up where we left off. Let's get to it. But first, you know what really grinds my gears? This Sunday, I'm in Philly trying to watch all the games, but I'm at a sports bar where the manager's like, oh, we have to put the Eagles on every game. No, jackass. I know you're a big hit at Macy's because you could coordinate a suit with a tie, but you know what goes with the NFL package? A set of balls, stupid. We live in 2009, okay? We don't live in the 80s when we had 4 channels. Put every game on. Don't think because you're in Philly you have to have the same thing on every TV. You're a jackass. That grinds my gears. Let's get to the picks. My first pick, the Patriots are giving 3.5 to the Jets in the Meadowlands this Sunday. Look, on Tuesday morning, the only people that woke up more frightened than a Bills fan who went to bed with 5 minutes left were the Patriots, knowing they'd have to face Bill Belichick after that near loss. By the way, I'm only half serious. Yes, the Patriots were frightened, but no Bills fans went to bed with 5 minutes left, except Leotis McKelvin. What the fuck were you thinking coming out of the end zone? You're a moron. You cost them the game. I don't have time to get into that. Let's talk about the Patriots, okay? All right, it was a nice little warm-up for them. They have a win under their belt, and Tom Brady really shook the rust off. Yeah, he was 39 of 53. But on his last 2 drives, he was 12 of 14 and a perfect 3 for 3 on the last one. He was connecting with more large black men than Kim Kardashian's Match.com account. So let's move on to his opponent. You know what? Maybe I was wrong about Mark Sanchez, and I'll give him props. I like seeing the kid do well. He had a nice game against the Texans, a nice little shot of confidence, but it was against the Texans. They're nowhere near as good as the Bills, okay? And if he thinks beating up on the Texans makes him a good quarterback, then he's like that guy in our dorm freshman year. Remember the guy? He had a high school sweetheart back home. She was a senior, and he was still banging her. And he thought every time he banged her, it made her a man? No, it didn't, okay? And for Sanchez to go up now against the Patriots is like the first time he's ever going to bang a college chick, okay? They're both going to be good for about 2 good throws, and then they're going to be splattered everywhere, all right? And the sad thing is they're not going to have anything left when they keep coming at him. In this game, take the Patriots, lay the 3.5. My next pick, the Packers are giving 9 to the Bengals in Green Bay. Okay, Green Bay will play their 2nd straight game at home, and they had a nice warm-up, a real challenge from Chicago with their revamped offense at home. So now they get to play a 2nd game at home. They'll have their rhythm down. I like their chances. Couple it with the fact that the Bengals are coming from a home game where they lost in awful fashion to Denver. And it was a game they shouldn't even have had the chance to blow so terribly. Because the only reason they were up 7 is because Denver's defense stinks. Let me tell you something right now if you're drooling at the bit over the Denver laying 3 to Cleveland. Denver starts every year the same. With 3 or 4 wins they don't deserve, and then their defense collapses at the end of the year. So buyer beware, because Denver will win this game this week, but it won't be pretty. But we're talking about Cincy and Green Bay. Cincy is terrible. Their offense that was touted to be, they're going to make the playoffs this year, couldn't put up points at home against the Broncos. So what do they have this week? They have to face Green Bay's defense in Green Bay, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm telling you, for Cincy, going from Denver to Green Bay is going to be a lot like that guy's girlfriend. Remember the high school girl? When she first goes from high school to college. It's going to be a big jump, and it's going to end up with both of them getting fucked. Yeah, daddy like. And I also like Green Bay. Lay the 9. And now for my lock of the week. Thanks for your lock of the week, Producer Joe and your Giants, you fuckhead. My only loss was the Chargers. I'm terrible. All right, my lock of the week. The Seahawks are getting 1.5 points from San Francisco in San Francisco. Yes, San Francisco beat the defending AFC champion Cardinals. And you know why? Because it was the first time in 5 weeks I didn't take a Geno's pick against the Cardinals. Then they fucking lose. But I'm not angry because we have Seattle. Yes, Seattle had a nice little warm-up against the hapless Rams. But let me tell you something about Seattle this year versus last year. They're a whole team. Hasselbeck's healthy. He has all his receivers and a TJ Houshmandzadeh. He's got his #1 go-to guy, Carlson. He spread the ball around so much. Damn, I did the Kardashian joke. Well, the point is he spread the ball around so much to those guys that it opened up the field for Julius Jones, who looked great, okay? Let's go to the other side of the ball. Friggin', Frank Gore. Why does everyone like Frank Gore? Do you realize the suspect Cardinals defense held him to 30 yards on 22 carries? That's 1.36 yards a carry. That's 4 foot a carry. Yeah, you know what? I like Frank Gore. He's definitely the guy on that third down and Gary Coleman yardage. But otherwise, I think he stinks. And let's talk about their quarterback. Shaun Hill, I'm not sold on him at all. He stinks. He won that job by default. Shaun Hill winning that quarterback job is like the kid that wins the Special Olympics because the other two guys in his relay ran the other way. Yeah, he's the guy you're going to go with, but he's still retarded, people. Okay, let me tell you something. The Seahawks have only gotten better and stronger. Their offense is healthy, and they drafted Aaron Curry. Frank Gore, meet Aaron Curry repeatedly. Take the Seahawks and take the 1.5. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday night bet, or as I like to call it, fuck the recession, I can go broke on my own. The Dolphins are getting 3 points from the Colts in Miami. Look, it was only a year ago that Tony Sparano took over the Dolphins. He brought in Chad Pennington and his spaghetti arm. He had Ronnie Brown proving he could come back from knee surgery. He had Ricky Williams proving he could come back to reality. And they did great. They went 11-5. They were under everyone's radar, and they used that Wildcat offense. Well, it's a year later now. And the Wildcat offense is as easy to find in an NFL playbook as it is to find a crying girl at a sorority mixer. It's commonplace. Not only that, I'm not impressed this year. The So-So Falcons last week held the Dolphins to 7 points. Let me tell you, the Colts defense is a lot better. And the Colts are great. Sure, they lost Anthony Gonzalez, but I love Peyton Manning, and I love what he does. And the Dolphins are not sneaking up on anybody this year. You know what they are? They're like an elderly rapist. Even if they do manage to sneak up on you, they're not going to be able to score at all. It's behind them. Those days are in the past, all right? And let me tell you something else you may not realize. The Colts are going to have not only a great offense this year, but they're going to have a great defense. The only reason you don't know is because Tony Dungy taught Jim Caldwell not to shoot his mouth off. It's a shame he couldn't teach his son that, huh? Tell you what, take the Colts today and lay the 3 on Monday night.